All right, so welcome to the extra spring break critique. So if you've turned in here, I'm going to critique you if you haven't. Um, you know, you're you're not going to be in this critique. I'm going to post this to the week three, which is not due until Monday. Um, so with that said, let's get this started. Let's jump on over to ArtStation. Better on a black background. Okay. All right. Um, Looking good. The the grout between the bricks, um, I think, needs to be tighter. So smaller grout lines. I'd like to see some kind of rotation and undulation uh, in those bricks. Oh, I close this. Come on, ArtStation. What do I do? And maybe some color variation would be great. So we got a light coming in from the door there. So that would be kind of nice. I'm not sure what you have over in this room. If it's in real life, there's uh, a a room in here, and it's probably got either big windows or there's a lot of light that's on, and we can see the light kind of leaking in here. So I'd like to simulate that, whether you kind of place some lights in here, maybe a few spotlights with really wide angles and um, low reses. So let me actually just open up something. Sure. So I'll just kind of show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so in that room, um, let's just say you want to add some kind of big soft lights. And let me turn this off. Build that. I just want to get some darkness over here. But if you had a room, kind of off over here, and wanted some light spilling in, actually, let me do this. Let me just open this door, stop this, and rebuild. So this way we'll have some light spilling in. Now, even though I've got some light in here in this room, this light's not really gonna spill into here, right? Just because it's kind of far away and the light's not that bright and all kinds of stuff, all kinds of reasons. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna build kind of a wall of light, okay? And that's going really slow. 2 minutes, 20 seconds. That's probably because I'm screen capturing. So let's try this. Let's cancel. Rebuild. Come on. This to go quick. A little faster, 30 seconds. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take maybe 4 spotlights, okay, face them at the doors, give them a really wide cone angle and a really low intensity and a soft source radius, okay? And that should give us a nice, oh, actually, you know what? I'm not going to do that. Let's try something else. Let's use a rectangle light. All right, we should have some nice kind of darkness here. I'm turning off all of these interior lights. Complete darkness. That's odd. All right, well, let's just do this because I don't have. So, rect light. Okay, so a rect light is, say, rectangle light. All right, so yeah, I mean, I would just place this kind of behind the door here, and let's see what kind of fall off we get there. Hmm. All right, so this big rectangle light should give us nice soft shadows, and not like this, these really harsh, kind of direct shadows here. I cranked this setting back up because I'm not sure why. I mean, this shouldn't have been, um, this shouldn't be completely dark from me turning off those lights. I don't know what's going on there. Hopefully, if I turn those back on, that'll work. But let's see. So I'm using GPU Lightmass, and while we're here, I can show you guys this. So this is just someone out here made this. Okay, this is in beta, and it's not made by Epic. It's just made by a guy. He offers these here, but you can read through this. This is kind of the difference here. This is the default CPU based Lightmass. Here is the GPU Lightmass hack, I guess. I don't even want to call it a plugin. It's not a plugin, but um, you need a PC for this, and you need an NVIDIA card. Okay. All right. Weird. So let's go to lighting only. All right. So there we've got kind of some nicer soft light coming in. That's a bit much. I would definitely turn down the intensity of this, or the actually the attenuation. Right now it's something like that. Maybe would be better. And I don't know if there's a. Oh, I'll probably turn down the intensity too. I don't know if there is a. No, I thought there might be a fall off. But there's not. So There's this method, or I'll show you one other method. And I'll just duplicate this setup here. Just jam it in there, whatever, that's fine. So the other thing I would do is a spotlight, okay? And we'll face it right at the camera in this instance, okay? And let's bring it back here. So what I'm going to do is I'll take the, I'm going to bring it down. It's like way down, like 0.5, okay? Attenuation, let's just have it come out a bit. And just like the other one, a bit more. Okay. Then I'm going to take the outer cone angle, crank it up all the way. Source radius, I make this pretty big, maybe like 25. Okay. And now I'm just going to duplicate this thing 4 times. Duplicate it 3 times. All right, so duplicate it there. And there. Kind of making it a wall of light. All right, we'll set it to static. That's why we're getting this overlapping. Same with the rectangle light there. I've got too many radius overlapping. All right, so this is going to be a nice little big wall of light that's going to spill in. So let's give this a shot. Minute and 20. So the GPU light mass is about 10 times faster than the CPU light mass. But again, you guys are just on your Macs. It's not going to work, unfortunately. But if you have a PC and it has an NVIDIA graphics card or a GPU, I'm pretty sure this will work with, I don't know what, CUDA supports all standard lights. I don't know if there's a list of what cards work, but got pretty decent. It goes pretty far back to be able to use this. But anyways, that is that. Now, while we are waiting for this to go, I will talk about some CPU light mask settings. So what I want your final bake to be at, okay, I would set the, I'll show you what settings here I want you to set your final bake to. Now this could take hours, depending on, well, just a lot of things. So the static lighting level scale, right now it's set to 1. It can't go any lower. You can raise it up higher, but it can't go lower. But what this basically does is kind of scales the world. So by bringing this below 1, we are kind of making the getting more detail with the light. So what I would say, ultimate final settings, 0.1. Okay, number of indirect lighting bounces, set it to 10, set it to 100. 10, 100 doesn't matter. It really even says anything past 3 doesn't matter, but I set that up to 100. Skylight bounces, I'll set this up to 10. Okay, so I would set this to 10. Indirect lighting quality, this again scales up to 4. You can override this. I'll override my final one to 10. This will take this level scale and this indirect lighting quality drastically will increase your build times. Okay, and then this smoothing I set to 0.7. All right, so this is what I would say your final bake settings should be. I bake my ambient occlusion. I don't have the post-process. I turn this off. I don't like this post-process ambient occlusion. So I check it on and set it to 0. And then everything else is pretty much pretty standard. I mean, if you want, you can uncheck compressed light maps since it's your portfolio piece. And then also you could set that up to like 2048 or something. Just gives you better quality light maps. But anyways, so here we've got the kind of wall of spotlights, and we've got the rectangle light. Honestly, I like the wall of spotlights better. Probably can control this better. So anyways, that's what I think you should do with that side room there. Okay. All right, here we go. I'd like to see more kind of roughness, more work in your roughness. This wall and that wall look like they're different colors. Also, those planks are still not lining up. Oh wait, maybe they are. Okay, maybe they are. They are. Looks like they are. I'm sorry. For some reason up here at the top, it looked like they weren't. But the colors seem to be very different. So check that. See, we got some warmth. Looks like we've got some warmth in our lights. Might be a bit too much. But these lights should be, or these walls should be the same color. Yeah, they should be the same color. So check and see why that light's a different color. All right, yeah, looking pretty good. I'd like to see these metals really kind of feel and look like metal. Even paints, if you want to do the black painted metal, that's fine, but give it a low roughness so we get some good reflection on there. Also, you can see how rough or how smooth the door and the walls here are compared to yours. The roughness is quite rough. The door looks like it might be okay, but there's a rounded door. All right, cool. It's looking good. Let me know if you have any questions. And you return in on Monday and just resubmit. You can edit this post and I think remove these and just replace these images with new images. All right. All right, Isaac. If you have any questions, let me know. All right, Daniel. Okay, it's definitely getting better. I'm glad to see that it is getting better. Still feels a little choppy, okay, and a little slow. Like that part there where she's bringing the arm back is really like linear and slow. Um, I'd like her to lead with that arm, but I think the rest of her body needs to be moving when as that arm starts to come back in some manner. Let me look at it from the front. Yeah, just that super linear, like just the arm is moving and nothing else is moving, kind of throws everything off. Um, okay, so this. All right. I think this is looking better, but the first movement here, the getting down. But I'd like there to be a bit of a hold here, right, to build anticipation, and then a pop, or kind of an explosion of the action. Then same thing back here when she goes to jump back, right? You've got to like pivot the whole body. So again, she needs to like get into pose. Like it's almost impossible. Pretty much impossible to jump like that, right? So not even coming down, just kind of lifting off. Right? Need to get into this pose. They need to get down, compressed in a pose that's she's able to jump from, and then burst into the jump, land back down, and then coming up here. All this stuff needs to happen faster. All right, but it is coming along looking much better than it did before. So great job. Just keep, putting in more time and working on this. The smoothing. So the biggest thing is the timing, right? Having some holds and then getting into and out of positions quicker, and then kind of removing any of that just really linear and blocky movement. All right, if you've got any questions, let me know. And check this out. This link doesn't work. All right, thanks, Daniel. All right, Shane, YouTube shot link. Okay. All right. That's looking better. Okay. Right there, that land. Right when she comes into here, this roll. Something's funky about that. I don't know if it's too slow or too quick. Okay. Still, this like left side to side, like it just looks weird. Her legs look really I don't know, the shape of this, like a big like U shape. Whoops, buttons when she's running. I mean, I'm guessing it's something odd about the rig, but even the model. Yeah, I think there's too many frames there. And try not to bring the arm like so like robotically over. Try to whip it over. So that's great overlapping there. I think that stuff's really good. I like this stuff. It's pretty good. Checking over her shoulders. Then this last kind of resting pose, I don't like. It feels like unfinished. It feels like she's about to do something else, and then it just kind of cuts off. Left, right, and then it's like she's gonna do something else. So try to find a pose that finishes that, something that she can rest in. Yeah, just that first run, it's very wonky, very wobbly. Her legs are very bent. I don't know. And then that roll. Feels a bit crunchy roll. Um, so yeah, it needs smoothing out. So I don't know if there's too many frames or not enough. Um, but try with that. Try adding some frames or try removing some frames to see if you can get that roll to be smoother. I feel like one of the previous ones that it might have felt better last week. Um, I don't know if I don't know if that's just you've done other things and other things look better now, and the roll looks not as good as the other things, or um, if you haven't changed it at all, then obviously I'm going crazy. But yeah, the biggest things that first run, that first kind of just wobbly run. This little hop, I feel like needs to be more. Right, it should takes a little hop, and then like it should be kind of proportionate. So a little hop and then a bigger dive. Um, that roll and then that finish pose. All right, but yeah, it's looking better. So great job. Um, Definitely progressing. So let me know if you've got any questions, Shane. All right, so right, let's. Okay, this is the reference, right? Download this. Download anyway. All right. Um, these little pox kind of feel like going on there? That's not good. These corners. Let me show you a good way to make these corners. But these little kind of pock marks feel like they are going the wrong direction. So let's see for yeah, light's coming over here. It's hitting highlight. That should be these should be cut in, not not the other way. So let me see if I can simply flip this. Oh, dang it. It's a substance. Okay. Normal. Doesn't give me options. Blah. Okay. All right. Let's do it. Do it with math. All right. So I've got my normal here. So we can do a multiply. And, oh, got this normal intensity. Oh, already got it. Let's all right, cool. Normal intensity. So let's set this to -1. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Done. All right, now they're going in. That feels better to me because you don't want to surface with things that can trick people. Okay. Typically, floors will, they can have marks like this going down, just not coming up. All right. That's fine. Right. So we've got this black line here on the bottom, and let me see what that's from. Check your UVs. Here's your light map UVs. I'm assuming this is trim there. So this guy's fine. Short wall. Okay, so this one's fine. All right, so what you could do is you could try changing this minimum light map resolution. So if I turn on this, basically what this does is this sets the kind of pixel grid. So right now it's set to 128. So you can see that there's, a couple pixels here on the border and a couple, a little bit more, maybe 2 pixels here and 4 pixels here. If I bring this up to 512, this is going to lay out closer because now we're essentially saying that the pixel grid is smaller, okay, higher resolution. So on the other hand, bring this down to 64, it's going to give us more room there, more padding. Try adjusting the pixel grid. Now if I build this is going to build with the GPU light mask, which is not going to be the same as what you have. So you'll get different results, but the issue is that there's this like half a pixel here on the edge. So So try relaying out those. You could also up this. Now, if you don't want to do 256, right? Like I could up that to 256. What you guys can do is you don't have to use kind of power of two numbers for your light maps. What you can do is let's just bring up calculator. Right. So what were you at? 256. Right. You say, all right, 256. If I up that, the next one, or you were at 128. I think. I don't know. Whatever. 256. Right. The next one would be 512. Say you don't want to go up that high. Let's. Okay. Thank you, ad block. So much. Yeah, let's say you don't want to go up to 256. So what you can do, or 512, you can say 256 plus 128. So plus 128 is 384, I think. All right, cool, I got it right. 384. Okay, so you can set those reses to not, double those numbers. Now, it looks like we were fine just adjusting that pixel grid or that packing of the pixel grid. Permissive. Also, my light mask might give different results than yours. Okay, so take that into consideration. This guy still looks like he's having a problem, although that looks like it's a different mesh. So let's set you to, I don't know what we did, 64. Repack that. Let's build that. See if that guy gets fixed. While we're waiting for this, let's go to Maya and I'll show you a nice way of doing those trims. Okay. Actually, let's export out this trim because I want to see what it looks like. Asset actions, export, desktop, VX 2018. I don't want vertex color. I don't want LODs. Import, desktop. No idea what that was called. Pillar SM. All right. Okay, let's go to quadrangulate, options, apply. Yeah, it worked. At whatever this was. If I reset those settings and I undo and hit quadrangulate, it usually never works. So what I have at 40 something doesn't work. Keep faces together, keep hard edges. Looks like that was the option there that made it work. So first of all, that's not a trim. Like trims don't do that. They don't bow in and out. Okay. And then yeah, that's funky. So let's do this. Let's extract. Okay. Got your. This is just a weird. This is weird. These back sides are all kind of messed up. So I'm gonna remake one here, just from the get go. All right, width 40. Nope. 80. All right, and this is an odd size as well. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's fine, but I wouldn't use numbers like that. All right, so 80 and 300 probably. Nope. 400. 100. All right, cool. So weird heights, I guess. Let's try 480. 70. Okay, 470. Not a good number to use. I typically use like 480, I would do. Okay, because with my centered pivot at 480, by holding X, I can land on the grid. But with 470, you can't. But regardless, let's move this guy off to the side. Okay, so trim. Let's do a trim. All right, so I'll make another cube. Get this trim guy out here. What in the world? Trim. There we go. All right. Okay. Roughly the same size. Snap this stuff to the grid. We want this stuff precise. I'll even snap that close to the grid. Oh, never mind. That's got to come in. All right, so there's roughly size. Okay, let's get this over here. All right, so whatever. Find some trim. Oh my God. What the heck is that called? Why can I not think of it? Floorboard? I don't know. What the hell? What I'm trying to think of. Anyways, if we look at these things, we've got all these different profiles. Oh, that was good. Go back to that. Where was that? Yeah, these profiles here. Right, so all these different profiles. So we'll just do some kind of profile like this, kind of a bump, bump, and I'll add an extra bump there. So to do that, pretty easy, actually. Insert an edge loop right there, and we'll extrude that guy a bit. Okay, so this will give us our two kind of bumps, and then I want to add another kind of quarter round type bump to the bottom. Do that like so. All right, next I'll take these and start to bevel them. 3 segments will give me a bevel, and I just adjust the fraction. If I want that to be one big, nice and round one, then this one to be a bit more tight, and then this one rounded like so. Okay, I'll have to come in and give that center edge there a soften, and we've got our nice molding. Okay, so next I want to add that molding to to both of these sides. So easy, hold down E, hold rotate, rotate, And let's try to Shift D that, and Shift D. Ah, that didn't work. Smack that to the side. All right, so they're all different sizes. That's fine. But let's. So I'm gonna add deformer. So I'm gonna go to deform lattice. Make sure that my divisions, this middle division, default is at 5. So I'm gonna set it to 2, 2, and 2, and that will give me a cube. Okay, so I'm gonna grab the next one, hit G, G, G. All right, so we've all got lattice points. So I'll grab this lattice, and I'm gonna grab these outside lattice points. All right, I'm gonna hold down V and snap in this direction to this outmost vert. I'll grab this lattice, right click lattice point, grab these 2 lattice points, hold down V, snap to that lattice point. And it gives me this nice perfect connection there. Now this one, I can snap these guys out to it. I'll snap. Just kidding. Let's grab those and snap out to there. And we'll do the same. Lattice point. Snap these guys back while I'm here. I'll snap those out to the next one. Grab this. Snap those over out to there. Do the same here. Snap these out to there. Grab this lattice point. Snap those. Bring this over. Snap. Snap. And we're good to go. So next, I'll grab all of these, and I need to delete my history. Otherwise, if I just delete this lattice, it's going to go back to what it was, because there's history on that lattice. So let's delete history. That'll kill kill that. Right. So obviously, this is like more of a home type of molding. You want more of an industrial mold, which is fine. Just be a different shape. But now let's. Now I'm going to combine all these just for ease and merge all the verts. But I've got faces inside of there, right? If I go do face vertex, we've got these faces on the inside. That's not good. So we'll grab our faces. Let's grab all these faces. I'll deselect those, delete those, grab all my verts. Now I'll merge my verts, go to face vertex, got nothing on the inside. Okay, but they're all sewed up together. Now let's UV these, okay? Because UVing is going to be quite something. All right, so we can see here that these big rectangles are these faces, like up here, right? These guys over here. This is bad. This is not going to be good, not for my texture or for my light maps. So what I want to do is I'm just going to grab, we'll just grab everything. Grab all my edges. And I'm going to go to cut everything out. Then I'm just going to pick a face here. Okay, this one is fine. I'll pull this off over here. And now, let me do one thing. Let me isolate this. Okay, so I've got back faces on here. And this is going to make it a bit difficult, maybe for you to visualize. But to make that easier, I'm just going to delete these back faces and delete the bottom faces as well. So we just got the kind of front faces here. Really, once that's done, I can really just grab all of these edges here and come over here and hit move and sew, and this is gonna move and sew everything back perfectly for me. Now that might be like, well, what the heck did you just do? So let's do the next one kind of manually. So again, I'll grab this face, kind of come over here to it. Let's grab the top there. So that's the top. So I'll orient myself. Rotate this. So kind of the top's the top, and the bottom's the bottom. Now grab this top edge, and of course move to it. So where did it go? It moved us over here. And we sewed that first edge together. Okay. So I'll grab the next edge, move and sew. There we go. Now this is kind of coming to us. So now I'll rotate this. Right, we'll just grab the next edge and hit move and so, and I'm just going to hit G, and we can see us building up that shape, or that, yeah, the molding there. Okay, so I'll do that kind of one by one until I'm finished. Now, because there was no back and there's no bottom, there's no seam, so it's not going to wrap back on itself. So that's why I was able to really just, I mean, just knowing that, I can literally grab all of my edges and hit move and sew. Just kidding, because I've got these corner edges. So I could grab everything, deselect these corner edges, and do that again, and it's going to make all four of those. Okay, so now I can just rotate these all so they're up and down. Now, if I want my texture, you know, we'd want these things kind of next to each other, kind of running right down the center, right? Because if I turn this checker pattern on, you can see because these are in different areas. These things don't line up, right? But if I want them to line up, all I have to do is grab this edge, hit move and sew, move and sew, move and sew. Now when I turn that pattern on, because they're all right in a line, you know, they stay perfectly horizontal. All right, so yeah, I think that's going to end it. If you guys have any questions, just let me know.